Before we begin, I'd like to explain some changes to this year's race reviews. You see, instead of having the race reviews separate, I decided to condense them into one big video, and time codes will be posted depending on which race review you like to watch the most. So yeah, this is new for 2026, and how it goes is that it would be a marathon of 3 race reviews, or sometimes 2, or even more depending on the race weekend. And all the videos will be in 1080p to save on storage space on my flash drive. Yeah, last year I had some videos be 4K and they took a lot of hard drive on my... they took a lot of space on my hard drive. So, in an effort to reduce hard drive space, I had the majority of these videos, except for when I attend live events, be 1080p, just to save on storage space, since when you download the YouTube videos, they're always 1080p files, so it would make the most sense for them to become 1080p, so I could save on storage space and save on time by condensing my video schedule, so I could get to do more things. So yeah, that's how this thing is gonna go. But anyways, on to the main features. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome to the second part of Daytona-Thon. First up is the truck race. Yep, I'm finally reviewing the NASCAR Truck Series race at Daytona. Aren't you excited, everyone? I know I am. Yeah, but I'm disappointed about something in that race. You'll see what it is. And Ram is back in NASCAR, everyone. Also, Colleague had to sacrifice their Xfinity team, aka O'Reilly Series team, just to enter the Truck Series, and Viking Motorsports bought their equipment. So yeah, Colleague risked it all to enter the Truck Series and get Ram back into the Truck Series. Oh, that's dedication. And Tony Stewart will also be racing for the first time in years. You know who will also be racing? Yep, Cole Butcher, a local racer that I know, Travis Pastrana, and most importantly, Cletus McFarland. Hell yeah! Cletus McFarland's going to be racing. Needless to say, this race is going to have lots and lots of star power. But anyways, the 2026 Fresh from Florida 250 begins with McDowell slowly but surely jumping to the lead. Hocevar is right behind him. I'm hoping that Tony Stewart survives this one. Majeski jumped up to third. Cletus gets loose, hits the wall, and causes the first caution of the night. Dang it! I'm hoping that Tony Stewart doesn't crash out. Thankfully, Cletus is fine, but he didn't last 6 laps, and that was a bummer because I really wanted Cletus McFarland to finish the race. He's one of the guys that I like on YouTube because, he makes a lot of great content and owns a freaking racetrack. He owns the Freedom Factory, which used to be called DeSoto Speedway, but he called it the Freedom Factory, which is one of the most awesome names in the history of racetracks. It should have been Hocevar. I did not want to see him wreck out early. The race restarts with Hocevar jumping to the lead. Dang it! Thankfully, McDowell has gotten past him. Hocevar and McDowell both engaged in a battle for the lead. Oh, come on! Hocevar got the lead. Please get past him, McDowell. Yeah, I don't want to see Carson Hocevar win. Eckes jumped up to second. He tried to block, but Tanner Gray wins the first stage of the 2026 Fresh from Florida 250 at Daytona. Oh, never mind. It was Hocevar that took the win after NASCAR reviewed the footage. Bugger. So close, man. So close. We also get a tribute to Greg Biffle himself, and it's a great tribute. For my salute to the Biff, I'd highly recommend you to watch my race review on this year's clash at Bowman Gray Stadium, but it was still sad news for NASCAR fans. And it still stung to this very day. It was sad. Really sad, man. But anyways, several drivers come down to pit road, and Hocevar wins the race off pit road. The second stage begins with Nemechek being pushed to the lead. Oh no! Hocevar is in second. Please, for the love of you-know-what, don't let him win. We also see Mini Tyrell, who is running in 31st. Garcia gets involved with Stewart and causes another caution. Not Tony Stewart, not Smoke. Anybody but Smoke. Oh man, I cannot believe that Smoke himself wrecked out. And because of that, the stage ends under a caution. Let's hope that Pastrana makes it. Hocevar might also have engine issues. Chandler Smith wins the second stage as it ended under a caution. But anyways, pit road is now open. There are several takers. This time, tires are involved. Lights wins the race off pit road. Pastrana gets penalized for equipment interference. Dang it. The third and final stage begins with Majeski and Lights battling for the lead. LaJoy is in third. Wait, what? Majeski pulls away from Lights after he fell back. Nemechek is seen zooming by. Nemechek and Majeski both have a battle for the lead. Hocevar took the lead after he crossed past Nemechek. Hocevar blocks, but then he got loose and caused a caution. Oh, come on, really? Well, it wasn't a surprise anyways. Even Hocevar isn't safe. Yeah, not a big surprise. I mean, Michael Moose calls him Caution Hocevar after all, and that's the reason why. Because he's involved in a lot of cautions. But to be fair, it was amazing that he avoided all of those trucks. Yeah, it's a 1 point that Carson Hocevar gets. He blew a tire. But anyways, pit road is now open and Ty Majeski wins the race off pit road. The race restarts with Justin Haley jumping to the lead. Yes! A Ram truck is in the lead! Yeah! Never mind, Tanner Gray took the lead away from him. Haley and Tanner Gray battle for the lead. This isn't a race, it's a showdown. Colleagues should be proud that one of their drivers is leading. It's the first time that Ram Trucks has led a race since 2014. Grant Enfinger blew a tire, but no caution is thrown. McDowell starts getting aggressive when the pushes get harder. Lane Riggs gets into the pits and avoided what could have been another caution. Phew. I'm glad we dodged a bullet here. Carson Hocevar spins out and causes another caution. And that's why he's called Caution Hocevar, Hurricane Hocevar, if you're not a Michael Moose fan. Because Caution Hocevar is a nickname that Michael Moose came up with. And it's another cut tire, of course. But anyways, pit road is open and several drivers decide to make their pit stops while the top 10 stays out. The race restarts with Haley and Tanner Gray battling for the lead. Haley falls back after Tanner Gray took the lead. Carson Hocevar spins out yet again as he cuts another tire. Are you serious? How many tires has Carson Hocevar cut? But no caution is thrown. Eckes gets past Tanner Gray after gaining enough momentum from the draft. Taylor Gray and the two other drivers get involved in a wreck and they cause yet another caution. And Mini Tyrell had to get involved. Why? But to be fair, I wanted to see Ryan Gemmell get the seat. The race gets into the green-white checkered phase and it restarts with McDowell jumping to lead until he lost it. McDowell attempted to get past one of the Toyota drivers but failed to do so. An epic battle ensues and Chandler Smith appears out of nowhere. Holy crap, he just got past the Toyota drivers. Now that is what you call an epic finish. Yeah, Ram didn't win their first race in years, but at least we get a win from someone who you would never expect to win. To me, the finish of the race was worth it. Chandler Smith has never won a race in years. In my opinion, the Truck Series race gets a 9 out of 10. Hopefully Ram will get a win at another track. As much as I wanted to see Tony Stewart to win, or at least finish the race, I'm glad that Chandler Smith got a win for the Ford boys. But anyways, time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time and peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome to the third video in Daytona-Thon. Up next is this year's United Rentals 300. AM Racing is back with Ford, even though Haas factory team has switched to Chevrolet this year. So yeah, I'm glad that Ford is back in the newly renamed O'Reilly Series. And now the title sponsor doesn't have to endure wrestling anymore. They can be where they belong, in racing. Also, Harrison Burton switched to a Toyota team, and Colleague Racing has sold off their O'Reilly Series team to enter the Truck Series and support Ram trucks. And of course, Viking Motorsports bought their assets. They bought their O'Reilly Series assets. But anyways, the 2026 United Rentals 300s begins with an early wreck. Yes, let this be a indication of the kind of race that we are going to watch, because it is going to suck. Yeah, and you're gonna see why it's going to suck. Oh, come on! The race hasn't even started and there's already a wreck. We are not off to a good start right now. At least Cletus finished 6 laps. Barely any of the drivers involved in the wreck finished a single lap. But anyways, the race restarts with, what do you know, Austin Hill and William Byron battle for the lead, and this battle could be intense. Byron takes the lead away from the reigning super speedway champ. Something that I don't like mentioning often because I really don't like Austin Hill. Hill gets the lead. Let's hope that someone gets past him because I really do not like him seeing win. Especially in super speedways. That bugger always wins them all. Corey Day is also trying to gain momentum for the draft. Jesse and Hill lead 1-2. Ryan Sieg starts falling behind and went to the pits. Even with Mayer in second, Hill continues to lead. Hill blocks both lanes as he usually does that on super speedways. Man, he is not letting anyone get past him. Even with 8 to go, on the first stage, Hill continues to lead. He continues to block even with charging Sammy Smith on his tail. Really? Even the 8s? Corey Day loses control, but no cautions front as he's safe. He got loose, and the stage ends under a caution as several drivers wreck out. Dang it! Not even poor Sheldon Creed is safe, but anyways, pit road is now open and several drivers come down to pit road. Carson Quapple wins the race off pit road and Austin Hill fell back. It was pretty close. The second stage begins with Jesse Love jumping to the lead. Swalich is in second. Jesse does the same thing as Austin Hill. He blocks any passing attempt. Ah, crap. Austin Hill is trying to take the lead away from Swalich. I really hate it when that lane blocker takes the lead. And they're back 1-2. Carruth is in third until Allgaier got past him. Here we go. Roger Carruth got by Austin Hill, but wasn't able to clear him. Corey Day slides off and prevented his car from spinning out. Austin Hill wins the second stage of the 2026 United Rentals 300. He also took a stage sweep in the Talladega race as well. He's that kind of racer that wants to block both lanes so he gets another freaking super speedway win in his collection. Our next race off pit road begins, and Austin Hill wins the race off of pit road. Again, really? Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but I don't like Austin Hill, man. I always had beef with that guy ever since he started wrecking out drivers, especially Eric Almirola, that got him a 1-race suspension last year. Anyways, the third and final stage begins with Austin Hill once again jumping to the lead. Justin Allgaier attempts to get past Austin Hill, but he wasn't able to do it. Carruth gets loose again, and someone loses control. Sam Mayer is in third. Here we go. Austin Hill and several drivers come down to pit road, and Sam Mayer is in the lead. Taylor Gray and the number 52 car are next to join in. The front runners then join in. Jesse Love zooms past after the others pit in for gas. No tire stops so far. Jesse gets past Perkins. Another group of drivers make their pit stops, and a caution just came out. Several drivers, including Brandon Jones, get involved in the wreck. Clement's car catches fire near the wheel well. Natalie Decker also got involved in the wreck and started raging and cussing like a gamer. And the race gets red flagged. The incident wasn't even severe enough to justify a red flag. We also get a tribute to Michael Annett, who sadly passed away, and Greg Biffle, who I already paid tribute to him in the Clash race review. Still, it was very sad that Annett passed away. Rest in peace, Michael Annett. Your legacy will live on forever, especially in NASCAR Heat 5 in the virtual world. And you were a good racer, man. It's sad that you passed away, man. But anyways, Austin Hill and a few more drivers come down to pit road. Corey Day made it out before Austin Hill as he took fuel, whereas Hill took tires. After a quick red flag, the race gets back to yellow and it restarts with Jesse Love and Sammy Smith battling for the lead. Sammy gets the lead. Yes, we finally get a driver that I like in the lead. Although Jesse took it, that bugger. Jeb, Harrison Day, and several more drivers wreck out and caused yet another caution. Holy crapper, 13 drivers got involved in that wreck and it hasn't gotten red flagged. Even though the last incident got red flagged. What is going on, NASCAR officials? A few drivers come down to pit road. The race restarts with the two RCR drivers battling for the lead. Another caution just came out. Jeb Burton's car falls apart as he loses the tire and the safety crews had to come over to clean up the debris. Patrick Starpoli gets the free pass. The race restarts with another battle between the two RCR drivers. Again. Yeah, like, this is the RCR show, man. This is why I don't like that race that much. Jesse had enough of being behind Austin Hill, and he nearly zoomed past him, but wasn't able to clear him. Another caution just came out as two drivers got involved in another wreck. But anyways, with 2 laps to go, the race restarts with Sammy Smith and Austin Hill battling for the lead. Sammy Smith falls back and Hill takes the lead. Come on, man. Justin Allgaier tried, but Austin Hill took home another super speedway race. Yeah. It's the kind of win that you want to turn off the TV because you know you're not going to like that guy. So yeah, he killed any excitement in the end. It was an exciting race until that happened, so it gets a 7 out of 10. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't much like this RCR show at Daytona. Yeah, like Jesse Love and Austin Hill dominated that race, and I really want to see someone beat Austin Hill at his own game. I want to see someone like Sammy Smith or Justin Allgaier beat him. I'm actually surprised that Justin Allgaier has respect for Austin Hill because of what happened. Especially, like, he got involved with Sheldon Creed in 2022 or 2023, I think. And then got involved with Cole Custer in 2024 in Charlotte. Yeah, he wrecked out Cole Custer. But that wasn't as bad as when he wrecked out Eric Almirola last year at Indianapolis and got a 1-race suspension. Yeah, you might want to take back what you say, Justin Allgaier. No offense, but you might want to take back what you said about Austin Hill. No offense to Justin Allgaier, by the way. I like Justin Allgaier, but yeah. So yeah, time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time. Peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and here we are. We're at the big one, everyone. This year's NASCAR season starts off for real with the Daytona 500. I was lucky enough to catch the pre-race stuff, and we have a mini documentary about the sad death of Dennis Hamlin, who is Denny Hamlin's father. It's pretty sad, and rest in peace to the guy who risked everything to get Denny Hamlin into NASCAR. Let that memory last forever. We all salute you, Dennis. Yep. Bart Simpson also makes an appearance, and thank goodness is a mascot costume. After the command to start their engines was given, and Bart Simpson waves the flag, this year's Daytona 500 starts off with Kyle Busch getting pushed by Chase Elliott to the lead. Briscoe is right behind him and trying to side draft him. The race goes free wide while the Kyle Busch train continues. If Bushy wins this one, then it will be a great tribute to Dale Sr. Brad Kay tried to get past, and John Hunter Nemechek is now in the lead. Wait, what? Legacy hasn't led any laps at all. And we get our first wreck of the day with BJ McLeod wrecking out, and even Casey Mears isn't safe. So we get our first caution of the day. Ah, crap. Why did it have to be Mears? He also blew a tire. But anyways, most of the field stops for gas. No tire changes for now. Busch stays out. The race restarts with Busch continuing to lead. Ah, crap. Logano just took the lead. It won't last long as Busch doesn't want to give up the lead that easily. And he's back in the lead, but wait, Nemechek is back leading, and he gets pushed by Brad K. As long as Logano is in the lead, it'll be a great race. Logano is back in the lead, and then Nemechek tries to take it again. Holy crapper! Briscoe jumped to the lead, and Gibbs is right behind him. Kyle Busch got loose due to the gusting winds, but thankfully he prevented another spin-out. Those clouds are looking unfriendly. Briscoe continues to lead despite the adverse winds. A few drivers are seen stopping for fuel. More drivers then come down to pit road. Jimmy Johnson also spun out when he got into the pit. Well, he didn't spin out, he spun his tires when he got into the pit. Holy crapper, I can barely keep up. Austin Dillon and Connor Zilisch are next to come down to pit road. Byron almost took the front bumper off of his car. Phew, that was close. And he almost got turned by Larson. Yikes. Zane Smith is in the lead. Zane Smith wins the first stage of the 2026 Daytona 500. And it's also his first career stage win. Noah Gragson also had to get pushed by Josh Berry as he ran out of fuel. Dang it! But anyways, our first race off pit road begins, and Carson Hocevar wins the race off pit road. Yep, Carson Hocevar, the NASCAR equivalent of Austin Hill, because both drivers are hated by the crowd. The second stage begins with Blaney and Cindric battling for the lead. Cindric gets a push from Hamlin of all guys. Hamlin is zooming by and gets pushed by Bubba Wallace. Hamlin took the lead. Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin battle for the lead. Cody Ware is in the front. Wait, what? And Chastain has also jumped up to the lead. Now that's something you don't see every day. Cody Ware in front. It's crazy, man. Justin Allgaier is also seen zooming by, and he battles Ross Chastain for the lead. Zilisch is also in second. So far, it's Allgaier in first, Zilisch second, and then all of a sudden, a caution. Yeah, another caution. Thankfully, Chastain is safe. Ah, crap. They're wrecking. Connor Zilisch might be out of the race. Dang it! Austin Dillon and Briscoe also got involved. Wow. What are the odds that both Bass Pro Shops cars get involved in the same wreck? But anyways, several drivers come down to pit road and Ross Chastain is the first to leave. Connor Zilisch is back in the race. Thank fudge. I wanted to see him finish. The race restarts with Ross Chastain continuing to lead thanks to him getting a push from Hamlin. Hamlin does a great job at pushing, but he can't get past Chastain. Cindric would be the one to get past Chastain though. Chastain is resilient. He ain't letting anyone get past him even after losing the lead to Cindric. Chastain and SVG battle for the lead, and SVG's car looks like it could be sponsored by Dark Souls, but it is. Chastain also does a good job at blocking the lanes. I mean, he is a tough guy to get past, so it is to be expected. SVG is now in the lead until Kyle Busch tried taking it. Kyle Larson is also unsuccessful at taking the lead from SVG until Larson took it, of course. Well, he took the lead from SVG. It was inevitable after all. Although that was because he got pushed by Kyle Busch, and after that, Kyle Busch is back in the lead. Kyle Larson is trying his best to pull away from the other Kyle. Ryan Blaney pushes Kyle Busch to the lead, but he better watch out for Hamlin. Kyle Busch is doing the same thing as Austin Hill as he blocks both lanes. Yeah, lane blocking seems to be a thing on super speedways, especially with RCR drivers. I mean, Kyle Busch must have learned something from Austin Hill on lane blocking. Hamlin got past him despite the attempt to block both lanes, and Allgaier also zoomed past him. Oh man, this is so intense. And here goes the big one. And guess who also got involved? Yep, it's Justin Allgaier. No, it had to be him. It was also a failed attempt to block Denny Hamlin. A total of 17 cars also got involved. Now that incident is worthy of a red flag, but guess what? They don't call the red flag for that, even if that incident was severe enough to cause a red flag. Yeah, NASCAR officiating, it can be inconsistent sometimes, am I right? Even Larson and Bowman aren't safe, so yeah, Larson's bad luck at Daytona continues to this very day. Cindric also got a right front down. Because of that, the stage ended under a caution. Bubba Wallace wins the first stage of the 2026 Daytona 500. Despite it being a really huge wreck, the race doesn't get red flag even if I want there to be a red flag. Herbst is in 5th. Wait, what? We also get a shot of the Firebird 1 concept car during the broadcast. And that's the car that appears on the trophy. But anyways, our next race off pit road begins and Bubba Wallace wins the race off pit road. Heim is also right behind him, so yeah, Herbst loses to Heim again. The third and final stage begins with Heim and Bubba Wallace battling for the lead. Rain might also become a factor. Bubba Wallace continues to lead, although Heim is close. It's a Toyota 1-2-3 right now. Who will take the lead? Bell, Wallace, and Heim continue to go at it. Bell takes the lead after the three Toyotas ran 1-2-3. Never mind, Bubba Wallace got the lead. Brad K is now in second, and no, this is not rush hour traffic. This is way different from highway or freeway traffic as you're running at 186 miles per hour, whereas a lot of people can't even go 65 miles per hour without crashing, so very different, man. It takes skill to run free wide at 186 miles per hour, something that a lot of you don't seem to get. Custer and Wallace battle for the lead. This is a race, it's a showdown. Bubba Wallace got down to the bottom lane and we're back 3 wide. It's getting pretty close. Green flag pit stops are happening soon. Buescher is in the lead. Only the 2311 cars pit in right now. More drivers pit in. Custer is out of gas and more drivers pit in. Busch is back in the lead, although Chastain will try to take it from him. And he takes it. Chastain lost the lead as he too decided to make his pit stop. Another small group of drivers then decide to make their pit stops. As expected, the others make their pit stops. Logano tried to blend, but fell back. It's now a battle between RFK Racing and Spire. And another caution came out. Christopher Bell got into the wall. Michael McDowell got the lead. With 5 laps left, the race restarts with McDowell jumping to the lead until he lost it to Reddick. Logano is also trying to get past. Wait, where'd he come from? Hocevar took the lead. On the final lap, it's now or never. A few drivers wrecked out, and there was also another wreck on the final lap. And yes, this wreck is actually from a 2311 driver. I will explain to you what happened. So on the final lap, Riley Herbst pushed Tyler Reddick to the lead. Yeah, the least skilled 2311 driver, and the one driver that a lot of people say doesn't deserve a cup seat, whereas Corey Heim does, had pushed him to the lead, but then guess what happens? He wrecks himself out. Yeah, couldn't even run the top 5. Even in the top 5, Riley Herbst just bonks it. Yep, that's Riley Herbst for you. Either he's doing bad or crashing trying to run in the top 5. Should have given the seat to Corey Heim, man. Hopefully they'll give the seat to Corey Heim and fund the number 67 car next year. So yeah. And after all that, Tyler Reddick finally gets his first ever Daytona 500 win. He finally did it, man. He finally did it. He won the Daytona 500. Yes! Yeah! And that's why this race gets a 9 out of 10. Or heck, it might get a 10 out of 10. Even Kyle Petty himself was emotional for that one win. So yeah, this is the best part of the Daytona weekend, everyone. Tyler Reddick got a Daytona 500 win. He won at Talladega, and now he wins that Daytona. He wins the Crown Jewel event. Bravo, man. After winning a lawsuit and getting permanent charters and trying to get involved in a lawsuit, I mean, that lawsuit took a really long time. 2311 finally proved their worth to NASCAR by getting a win at the Crown Jewel. Let's hope they pass inspection. But anyways, I am going to sign off after such a an eventful race. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.